everyone. I'm Alan Wenzel, Freepod host, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in to this week's Freepod interview. Today I'm speaking with Kate Boyer, who is the executive manager for the Stephenson County Fair, which will be held July 21st through 25th of 2026. Kate, nice to have you with us this morning. Thanks for joining us.
I'm so glad to be here.
You know, Kate, over the years, we often hear phrases attached to products and services like new and improved, bigger, better than ever. And I've got to tell you, when describing this year's Stephenson County Fair, I think those terms would be very appropriate. New and improved and bigger and better than ever. And so let's talk a little bit about that. What are some of the features of this year's fair that are going to be bigger and better and new and improved?
Absolutely. I'm a little biased, but I definitely think it's bigger and better. We're bringing back rodeo this year.
Rodeo. Wow.
It did come with the cost of, we only have one night of tractor pull, but tractor pulls go all day. So they start at noon and it goes all day long. And we're bringing back NTPA, which hasn't been here in decades. And so a lot of fans are really excited to see NTPA to pull on Tuesday. And then that opens up Wednesday for rodeo. And a lot of people are super excited to bring back rodeo.
So the rodeo event, obviously popular demand.
Yes.
You've heard requests over the years, can we get the rodeo back as part of the fair? And you've done it this year. When people show up and the tractor pull, which will be an expanded event, it'll be an all day this year.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the rodeo and what people would expect to see when they come to the rodeo.
Yeah. So one of the benefits of having the rodeo on a Wednesday instead of like a Friday or Saturday, we're actually bringing in a lot more talented people that otherwise might have gone to some of the other big events that happen on the weekends.
Gotcha.
So we are working with Big Hat Rodeo, and they're really excited about already who has signed up to participate with it. They're also going to, of course, have barrel racing, and local barrel racers can race with that, which you'd be surprised. There's a lot of people around here that do these events, but there's nothing in Stephenson County. So having a rodeo event where the locals can participate as well as the big guys, it's a fun thing.
So the rodeo will be a new event or a returning event, I guess. Yeah. Kind of a returning event, but it's going to be bigger and better than ever.
Yes.
And that's going to be on Wednesday. Is that correct?
Yep.
And is that an evening event only? Is it 6 p.m. in the evening?
6 p.m. in the evening. It takes them all day to basically turn the track from tractor pull into rodeo. So that's a big, and they start very early in the morning.
And if I remember correctly, there's no separate admission for grandstand.
No, it's all free.
It's all free. You come to the fair and pay one price at the gate, and all of these other attractions are available to you for that price. I think that's pretty neat. Yeah,
it's been a huge hit for sure.
So you've got the tractor pull, you got the rodeo. What other new and exciting things might our fairgoers be interested in this year, Kate?
Well, last year we did start with a Friday Fair Music Fest, and that went over really well. So we're continuing that. So Friday night is going to be music in the grandstands. What
does that mean, a music fest, music in the grandstands?
So basically, we're just doing music. Okay. So the grandstands will be music. We've got Rocksteady Band, which I'm sure all of our locals are very familiar with. And then at 8 o'clock, we have the Rich Rath Project, which is the music of REO Speedwagon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we're very excited about that. Some of the band members of that was part of Rich Rath. When he broke off and did his own band from REO Speedwagon, they were part of that.
Is that right?
They were part of that group. So some of these people have been very involved with the REO family for a long time. So I'm looking forward to a really fantastic show that night.
And that'll be on Friday night.
That'll be Friday night.
The Rocksteady's at 6 and the REO Speedwagon music will be at 8 o'clock.
That's
with Rick Rath.
Yep.
And that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, I think so. And, and continuing with like the music, we're adding in a lot more music this year. Talk about the rodeo. Right after the rodeo, we've got Wildwood Country coming. They're going to be playing in the entertainment tent. So you pour out of rodeo, go right over to the entertainment tent, and Wildwood Country. They do old, new country, line dance. It's a great all-American country band that will be playing.
So the Wildwood would not start until after the rodeo's finished.
They're going to start right about at the time when it might be a little bit of overlap, but it will probably just get starting when the rodeo ends. bands.
And the entertainment tent is something that's been added in the last few years. It kind of replaces the old grandstand music events that we used to have. But this is a good way to double up on events. You can do a rodeo at the grandstand, and then at the commercial entertainment tent, or is it called the commercial entertainment tent?
I think basically community
entertainment tent.
Yep, because during the day we do a lot of community events out there, and then at night ended off with music.
And so that'll be a nice way to have bring an end to the evening. It will be to go over and listen to the Wildwood
absolutely.
Country Group.
We've got another one coming up on Saturday night as well. Lola Blue and the Boys, and she's out of Rockford, but she was named, I think, upcoming artist in the whole Midwest area. Fantastic band. So looking forward to that on Saturday night. So great music there. And if you've got young kids or grandkids, and maybe you don't want to go to some of these bigger bands, we actually have a new concert series this year that we're calling the Kids Concert Series. 3 different bands, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday in the afternoons. And we actually hired bands out of Chicago. So these are kids bands that are there to hype the kids up, get some energy out. Very entertaining.
Good. Yep. It strikes me that when a family shows up at the fair, or anyone shows up at the fair, there's so many activities in which you could participate or enjoy. It doesn't matter. We used to have Kids Day and Kids Night. It seems like there's something for kids every day. There's something for adults every day. There's something for, the animal enthusiast who likes to see the judging shows. There's something going every day in all of these different categories. Aren't there?
Yeah, absolutely. And even if you don't have kids and maybe you're not interested in some of those entertainment, the food is amazing. And we keep increasing that. And this year we have, I think, 15 new food vendors that we haven't had in the past. And that includes some things like hibachi grill with sushi. We've got some Chinese food. We've got a baked potato trailer. I'm just hitting the highlights. But what's fun is Thursday in the afternoon before dinner, so like 11 to 5, we do a Taste the Fair. And I was
going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I think it's either 9 or 10 are participating this year. And you'll have a map, and you can go to these vendors that are participating and pay $1 and taste it.
Wow.
So you don't know if you're really going to like the hibachi or sushi truck, but you can go for $1, taste it. And if you like it, you can come back at dinner time.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
What a great way to sample the fair food before you decide on how you're going to spend dinner.
Exactly.
Night. Yeah. That's really cool. And that's a new feature this year, isn't it?
So we've been doing it for a while. Each year we refine it a little bit. And I think that this year it's going to be great, especially with all the new food vendors. And most of the new food vendors this year are participating in the event. So
I noticed you've also continued the business lunch.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that, Kate.
So we're going to expand that. So we do the business lunch on Tuesday and Wednesday, but we do notice that a lot of people come Thursday, Friday thinking it's still happening. So, and we always turn them away. So this year we're going to continue it. We're going to do it all week.
Tuesday through Friday.
Tuesday through Friday. It won't be Saturday for obvious reasons.
Sure.
But for Tuesday through Friday, you come in at 11. You pay your admission fee, you go in, and if you come back out before 1, you get refunded your admission cost.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
What a nice deal that is.
Yeah, it's a great way for you can come in, get some lunch, try something out, and go home, and it doesn't cost you anything.
Wow. I'm going to put that down on my calendar.
Yeah, there you go.
Like good way to spend lunch during that week.
Yes.
I noticed also that in addition to some of the newer events, you're bringing back the old popular cakewalk.
Yes.
And can you talk a little bit about some of those things that everybody just enjoys every year, and so you just keep it going?
Oh, yeah. So the cakewalk, you'd be surprised. I mean, you put a quarter, and by the time we get down to the end of the day, we've got bucket loads of quarters from the cakewalk. And what the cakewalk is, if you don't know, Tuesday through Friday, people bring in items to be judged, but the judge only takes a slice. So the rest of the items that were not used actually get participate with the cakewalk, and you can walk home with some of those items. So it's a fun way to, taste some of these blue ribbon items without, without actually having to make it yourself.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I noticed too that you have the kiddie tractor pull. That's always a popular event, isn't it?
And the Farm Bureau does that. They do a wonderful event. And they do the kiddie tractor pull. They also have their farm zone, their farm fun zone.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's always fun. And we've moved that into the grandstand. So it's a little bit easier for families to see because we're always crowded around trying to see their kids. So now it's going to be in the grandstand so that way you can see it a little better.
And that takes place on Saturday.
Yes,
is
that
right?
Yep.
And that'll be before the Demolition Derby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think it's at noon. So,
At noon. And then the Demolition Derby later in the day. And
yes.
that, again, that's another popular event at the fair,
it was
isn't it?
so packed this last year. The grandstands, I've never seen that many people. I've been here 5 years, and that was the most people I've ever seen in the grandstands.
Yeah. And that's kind of the way you end the week at 6 p.m. You come to Demolition Derby and see the track all messed
see
up.
everybody smash into each other.
Yeah, and have a fun time. Talk a little bit, Kate, if you would, about any special days that might be available for people to come out to the fair.
Yeah. So one of the things that we do is we really want to honor veterans. And so the first day of the fair, veterans are free to come into the fair.
That's nice.
And if you notice when you come in, we have a booth that's sponsored by the fair. Fair pays for it. And it is a tent to honor veterans, and you can fill out postcards that they will send to active duty veterans, as well as a map to kind of show where everyone served. We also,
that's nice.
Yeah, the AMVETs help to run the tent, so that way you can sit there and chat with them as well. Just a nice kind of way to honor those who have served in our community.
And that's on Tuesday.
And that's on Tuesday,
the first day of the fair.
The first day of the fair. Yeah. And one thing I wanted to say earlier, if you've seen any of our brochures out, you see that our theme this year is sheep.
I saw that.
So it's sheep. So if you read it, it says, see you at the fair. And that's EWE is a female sheep. So I know a few people have been confused by that. If you're not from a farm community, you might look at that and say, what in the world, see you at the fair? So that's what that is. So we tried to theme a lot of things onto learning more about sheep and more about how they contribute to our economy, to our lives, what we have. We've teamed up with Moon Spinners in Orangeville, and they are going to actually be doing a presentation on from fleece to yarn. So earlier in the day on Thursday, they're going to do a sheep shearing demonstration and show how they actually take the wool off of the sheep. And then they're going to do from fleece to yarn. So how wool is processed to create the yarn that we use and the products that we have. So
they'll be cleaning the yarn and spinning it and all of those things.
Yep, they're going to comb it. They're going to spin. They're going to show you all that whole process, and it's interactive. So you can sit there and do some of the steps as well.
Where will that take place?
That's going to be in our newly minted Heritage Arts Building. So we have the Heritage Hall, which used to be our dining hall, and we kind of transformed it into a space that we can use for events like this, demonstrations like this, things that don't really work well in our community entertainment tent, because this is obviously a building, so it's a little bit more protected for things like this. We're also earlier the rest of the week, we're going to have more things in there having to do with sheep, such as we have a wool dyeing demonstration, and you can come and actually dye your own wool and take it home with you. And soap felting. We've got, and then there's several other demonstrations that are going to be happening. If you get the fair guide, look at the daily schedule, that will tell you what's happening there. But we're just trying to teach people and some more things about where their food comes from, where their clothes come from, how these ag products get to you. And, I feel like a county fair is a perfect place to educate more urban populations about, hey, where's your food come from? What happens? And not just to read this poster, but let's have something interactive, touch, feel, smell it.
Is this the first year you've done an animal theme approach to the fair?
We've been doing it for a couple of years, but every year we keep adding more into it.
Okay.
My thought is, just like agritourism is such a really huge aspect of, teaching the population about these types of things. I think the county fairs really should be on the forefront of that because that is where there's an intersection of ag and your community. And so we'll be having goat milking that you can do.
I noticed that in the brochure.
Yep. And you can go and brush a steer because a lot of people are, maybe uncomfortable walking up to an animal. So they'll have a very docile steer that you can go up and actually brush every day. I think at 2:30. So that way, just adding more things like that. So when you go into these barns, there's something that you can interact with, which leads me to last year, we had the Farm Bureau worked with us to create this wonderful audio tours of the barns. So you just scan a QR code on a big banner in front of the barn, and you can listen to an audio tour as you walk through.
Oh, interesting. So
it will tell you, as you're going through the beef barn, what the beef products are and what you can find. You might not realize, what tallow is and where that comes from. So these audio tours are short. They're like under 2 minutes, but they give you a really good overview as to what your everyday products are and how it gets from that animal to you. And we've got a wonderful marketing intern this summer, and she was able to take our footage from last year and turn it into a YouTube video.
Oh,
so
interesting.
You can go online now on our YouTube channel and you can see. So like maybe if you have a classroom or some kids at home, or maybe you're just curious, you can go to our YouTube channel and watch the videos of going through the barns paired with that audio tour as well.
How do they access the YouTube channel if they would like to do that? It's just
if you go on YouTube and look up Stephenson County Fair,
you
should pull up our channel. Yeah.
I always find it interesting and fun when I come out to the fair to visit the animal barns and to walk through. And a lot of people like to do that, don't they? Just to take a look at, whether it's dairy cows or the beef or the hogs or the chickens, it always seem to be popular, and the rabbits.
Yes.
Always seem to be popular places for people to take their kids and take themselves through for a tour. And I'm glad to see that you've expanded the experience for people who want to do that by doing the QR codes and having an audio tour, an audio narration as they tour the barns.
Yeah, I think it's been, last year was our first year doing it, and I think it's going to be one of those things we're going to just continue with every year. Yeah, for sure.
Keep doing. Now, we should also mention that part of the fair are the judging of the different the different judging shows we have, that all the way from 4-H to FFA shows to the junior and senior open classes for judging animals.
Right. Yes. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that you don't have to be in 4-H or any organizations to show things at the fair.
That's right.
We have an open show, so anyone can show something. And one of our new classes this year is backyard chickens.
Oh,
so
wow.
you can bring in, if you just have some chickens in your backyard, you can bring them and show them.
Yeah.
And of course, on the non-livestock side, on like the heritage arts type side, anyone can show, from photography to painting to your antique demonstrations, things like that. We have over 700 categories that you can show in.
And I know those are always very popular too.
Yes.
That people really like to enter all those categories and enter their stuff
right.
And bring it to the fair.
And it really surprised me once I started talking to other fairs in Illinois is that we are extremely blessed to be one of the few fairs in the area that have so many entries.
Oh, is that right?
We had over 1,200 animals last year.
Wow.
And total entries over the whole fairgrounds was over 5,200.
Wow.
So, and that's over 600 exhibitors. And a lot of the fairs around here, they definitely do focus on, you have the rides, the excitement and all of that. But we truly are a very robust ag fair. And I think that Stephenson County should be proud of that, because a lot of fairs don't have that anymore.
And let's mention your website. It's just simply StephensonCountyFair.org.
Yep. Very
simple. That simple. StephensonCountyFair.org, and it'll give you everything you need to know, all of the times and days for all that's going to be happening. And I would encourage people to go to that website to check all of that out.
Absolutely.
And if you can find a brochure, just very interesting, well done, colorful brochures that list everything that we're doing this year at the fair. And it's real eye-appealing. I think it's going to attract a lot of interest.
Oh, I hope so. And of course, participation in the fair doesn't always just have to be, entering things in. We have vendors and sponsors and volunteers. We welcome all that participation. We had over 31,000 people come through last year.
Is that right?
Yeah. So, having a vendor space to promote your business, sponsorship that helps us pay for all of this, which is, we don't make anything on the fair. We are very happy if we break even. So any sponsorship we have helps us.
Helps a lot.
We give back, I think almost, it was over $17,000 to the youth through the showings. And for the rest of it was well over $50,000 for the open shows. Oh, wow. So this is something that I think is helpful for the community. And it takes a lot, especially with free grandstands. Trying to make things as inexpensive and free whenever possible. And we do that all with the help of sponsorships.
Tell us a little bit about what it costs to get into the fair, how you get here, where you park, what if you need transportation? How does all of that work, Kate?
Well, it's super easy. If you come off of Fairgrounds Road, you can go down Skyline Drive, and that is where our main parking is. Okay. And then you can park there. You can walk in, but we have... if you have any kind of limited mobility, or even if you're just tired, you can call our golf cart shuttle, and we can pick you up from the parking lot and take you directly to where you're going. Okay,
that's a nice feature to have.
It is. It is. We have family members that have low mobility, and you kind of have to decide. I might have enough energy to walk in from the parking lot, or I have enough energy to walk and grab a dinner. Yeah, and we prefer to kind of help you with that, so you can stay longer and enjoy yourself a little more.
And that golf cart shuttle service is available from 10 to 9:30, 10 in the morning to 9:30 at night. So you could come out during the day or come out in the evening for a show or for the rodeo or whatever it might be. Exactly. And if you have some issues getting around a little bit from parking lot to the grandstand, a golf cart shuttle will be the answer for you.
Absolutely. And there's a phone number that we have posted out there. It's also in the back of the fair guide that you just call that number, and they'll come pick you up as soon as they can. And back to admission. So daily admission is $10.
$10. Okay.
And Thursday, youth and family, it's half price. So it's only $5.
Okay.
We still have pits available. So even though the grandstand's free, if you want to be on the other side and be down and dirty and watch it up close.
Oh, really?
That's tractor pull pits is 20 and demolition derby pits is 30.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yep.
Yeah. And we still have all that there. We did make an announcement earlier this year that we don't have alcohol this year at the fair.
Oh, okay.
So the pits won't have a beer tent or anything, but there will be some shade and seating. And like I said, it's definitely much more up close.
Sure. And you can also get a season pass to come out. You can talk a little bit about that, Kate.
So there is so much going on every day. I absolutely suggest a season pass because you'll save a lot of money on that. Season passes are $35, and you can purchase those online. We are digital tickets. So when you purchase online, you just get emailed a code, and you can show that on your phone. You can print it out. If you don't like doing any of that, you can still purchase it online. Stop by the office, and we'll print out a ticket for you.
Can I just show up at the gate and give my $10 to get in?
Absolutely.
Give you a $10 bill, and I can get into the fair.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Great. Yep. But you have a lot of different options for people to purchase tickets, and that's nice.
Yeah, we're trying to keep the lines down and trying to get people in as quick as possible. Sure. We try to get most people to park in that walk-in parking lot. Yes. The other parking lots are typically reserved for the exhibitors and the vendors and people who need to, come in and have their hangers in the car. So, yeah.
We've got an exciting fair planned, Kate, you and your crew, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun for anyone who'd like to attend. It'll be July 21st through the 25th. It's coming up real soon, so make sure you make your plans, get your tickets, or enter your products and goods and animals for showing, and come out and enjoy not only events, but entertainment and, of course, food.
Of course. And hopefully we've got good weather coming. I've ordered it, so we'll see if it comes in.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll be here. So I guess, Kate, we will see you at the fair, July 21st to the 20th. Thanks so much for being with us today. Do you have any final thoughts for our listeners about the fair, Kate?
No, I'm really excited this year. I think it's going to be a great year. Lots of things to do for everybody. We keep adding things, and there's no way we could mention all of them. So grab your guide, map out your plan, and grab a season pass so you don't miss anything.
And go to the website, too, for more information, StephenSonCountyFair.org, and it'll give you everything you need to know about the fair. Kate, thanks so much again for being with us today. And again, this is Alan Wenzel inviting you to tune in to Freepod's regular news podcast that begins every Thursday at noon. And if you like these extended interviews, they drop every Tuesday at noon. And all of them are archived on our website. So if you'd like to hear more and know more about Freepod, just visit freepod.org. As always, our thanks goes out to the Mass Communications Department at Highland Community College for producing these podcasts. Thank you all for listening.